right. Welcome to another Living Freestyle game dev live stream. My name's Kevin. It is Sunday night. We are on time. Looks like all of our levels and everything are good. We do this twice a week. It's basically office hours, hang out. We're making a game, but mostly we're here to talk about whatever, answer questions that anybody might have, help troubleshoot blueprints, all that kind of stuff. In the absence of questions or comments or anything to chat about, I'm working on my game. Why am I working on my game? I get paid to make games. I work in game dev. I'm fortunate enough to do that. And as cool as that is, there's so much cool stuff. I don't get to do it all at work. So this is a way for me to stumble through that with you all. And right now, we are primarily stumbling through mostly enemy AI stuff and a whole lot of stuff with the gameplay ability system because it's a beast of just a mind game. So I took a look through comments from the last stream and some of the previous streams, and it looks like we're all caught up on that kind of stuff. So, and we don't have any questions in the chat right now, so we'll just hop straight back into red versus blue. Now, let me share my screen first because I've made that mistake before. Okay. If you recall last time, well, it doesn't even matter. I don't even recall last time because there's been a few of them. So anyways, but a whole lot of updates have happened since the last time we were on. So let's take a look at some of those and I'll just talk you through them. So a couple things. First off, characters no longer shoot each other in the mid capsule, right? I went ahead and added in the ability for characters to shoot a little bit higher. We'll probably have to get a lot smarter about that at some point in the future, but that's one piece of it. Recognizing teams is another thing. Teams to target dummy, that's another thing. Right now, their shooting rate is much higher than it usually is because I've been messing around with the ability tree. You'll also notice that I have them shooting fireballs now instead of the melee attack. That's because if you'll notice, our enemies are now collecting plasma, which is cool. And so what happens is, you can see it printing out here in the top left. We'll check some levels again. Yep. So you can see it printing out here in the top left, and basically as each enemy kills another enemy, they get the plasma of that enemy. So it's just kind of a cool test or practice of doing something like that. So the reason they're not using melee though is because for some reason the melee attacks don't collect plasma. My guess is they're not setting the target properly, but we'll have to check that out. We also have a bunch of debug spheres in here, and specifically what I'm trying to figure out right now is if we watch, you'll see as they're fighting, they get to a point where this dude walks to where he's going to. That's cool. Then he's gonna turn around, he's gonna fight, he's gonna shoot. He's shooting the other guy, he's gonna get hit with the fireball, and then all of a sudden he starts running. Where's he running to? And what I don't want is I don't want him running between, but it's pretty clear now after some troubleshooting why this is happening, I believe. So basically, after they kill the other dude, then what ends up happening is they might set their move to location. And if you look in our ability tree, let's escape out and I'll just show you. So we're gonna have to mount a bunch of these things. Because I was working with two screens and that doesn't work so well. Oh my goodness, so many tabs. I had breakpoints on every move to location as I was trying to figure this all out. So if we take a look at this, what happens is down here in our ranged attack, we've got our shoot, our skill, and when this thing is a little weird to me. I'm not super sure why we're doing this, but I need to think about this one. I don't even know that this applies anymore. And then we're doing this move too. All right. What is happening is when the enemy gets down to a certain amount of health, there's a weird thing that's happening. He's basically stumbling into this find cover task, and inside find cover, we're setting the move to location based on a whole lot of things. We're getting the controller. We're using the damage direction. So that was the other thing I updated. It used to be they would only find cover based on the player character. Well, that doesn't work when you're fighting red versus blue. So what we're doing now is we're finding cover based on the damage vector from the damage that was done, which is maybe okay. We'll find out. But anyways, so we can get rid of this. And then basically based on the damage direction and the actual location, it finds possible destinations. It does a whole bunch of fun dot product stuff. And what else does this do? Sphere overlap actors. Oh, this is where it's looking. That's looking for heals. So we're probably not even going in there. So we're coming in here. Actually, hopefully we're not coming in here, because that means that controlled pawn is invalid. I don't think we want that. I don't think we want to do anything if the controlled pawn is invalid. So hopefully we're not coming there. I'm going to assume we're not. And we're going to come through, set our possible destinations. We come through, find out if we have those. We don't. This is where we're setting our move to location and whether or not we're using the precise move. We use precise move when we're looking for AoE heals when we were testing it. And the reason is because for the AoE heals, they needed to step right on the trigger. But anyways, and it sets its destination here. And the first destination that it's gonna set is a random location that is basically it's basically going to go through the possible destinations and pick one that is away from the damage vector. So once it does that, God, what a mouthful, right? So once it does that, the find cover has updated our move to location. But then what I don't understand is somehow we're still in here. So I have two guesses, and also this song I don't like so much. Okay. Okay. It was a little bit too much when we're trying to talk and think at the same time. Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out is, how is it still doing this? I know what it's doing. It's doing this move too. The only reason it should be doing this move too, though, is because we either have friends, or we're healthy, or we're berserker. Now, I've seen a bunch of cases where we're not healthy and we're not berserker, but we still do this. So there's got to be something wrong with our has friend. So we're going to take a look at this. Has friends. All right. So we're going to get the pawn. We're going to sphere overlap actors within 250 of type enemy. And if it's greater than 1, we're going to return true or false. Okay, this is a problem. Back when we updated our enemies to be able to be on different teams, we used to do just blanket tests to see if a character was an enemy or a player, and that was enough. But now that our enemies can fight each other, they need to check to see if they're on the same team or not. And so I have a sneaky suspicion there's a couple of these that are hiding out there. And so we can't just look for enemies. We need to actually find enemies that are on the same team. So to do that, we're not even going to check the length here. We're going to, for each one, what kind of actor is this? You know what, let's get the enemy AI instead, because that's got our team IDs on it. And then from that, we're going to get the team ID. What? Oh. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Let's try this. Let's try this a different way. Sphere overlap actors. And if I set this to enemy AI for each it doesn't know. I can't believe I have to cast this. What a pain in the butt. I was hoping we wouldn't have to do that. Anyways, let's just cast it. For the sake of this, this is one of the great things about Prototype. We don't have to worry about it. Cast enemy AI. So for each one, we're going to do this. We're going to go through that. And then we're going to get the team ID. Get the team ID. And then we need to compare that to our team ID. So we're going to cast this to... yeah, you know what? And now that I think about it, this is also going to be a problem for future us as well. But that is okay. The problem is, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that once we finish all this great AI stuff, we might be able to use this for hero character. So for example, if you're playing with a teammate and they DC, the AI engine would kick in so that until they connect back up, right? That might be a thing. Or we're not going to do auto run, but as an example, we could use auto run for things like unit testing and stuff like that. And so, but something like this isn't going to work for the hero, but that's okay. Let's get the team ID here. All right, and we want to know if they're the same. Equals. And if they are, missed. So if they are the same, then we're going to return we have friends. Okay. And if they're not the same, we're not going to do anything because, wait, why? Okay. Basically when we're complete, we're going to return we don't have friends. So here's why. Let me explain why, and this will make sense. All right. So nope. Okay. So what's going to happen here is it's going to come through here. It's going to grab all of the enemy AIs. And then for each one, it's going to get the team ID and check to see if its team ID is equal to the owner controller. Now there is one trick to that. We want to make sure that this enemy AI is not equal to us, right? So that's enemy AI does not equal this. So I think this might just do this, but we'll just be safe here. And we'll do both tests to make sure that we're not comparing against ourselves, because we are our own friends here. And so then we need an and. So we need it both to be not ourselves and on the same team. Cool. So if all that's true, then we're going to return, yeah, we have a friend. And we only need one of them. If we have one friend, we're saying that the enemies are happy enough to continue on, right? Now, if it goes through every single enemy and it comes out of this for loop, at that point, we didn't find any. So we're just going to return false. So that should help. Ooh, but that doesn't compile? Why doesn't that compile? Why didn't that connect? It's connected now. All right. So now I'm hoping I see less of those cases where they'll be running. So let's just kind of watch this and see what happens. So that dude doesn't have a gun, that dude does. It's kind of unfair. But the red dude has fireballs. Red's winning. Blue's about to take over. Okay, so cool. Blue take over. Now, he's just sitting here. New enemy comes in. I don't mind so much that he moved there, although I do have some thoughts on that. So far, blue still has enough health that he's not finding cover. And he's just slaying dudes. Okay, so now he's in runaway mode. Find cover. He hit find cover at least once. Ooh, he gets sliced. Interestingly enough, red has no energy. Oh, red is toast. I think we can get rid of a bunch of these. Alright, so this isn't going to work because he's in Berserker. It's okay. Okay, so now he's in Runaway. Wait, are they both in Runaway? No, he's full health. I lost his health bar. This is another situation we're gonna fix, and we're going to test around this specifically. This one's easier to debug. I'll show you in a second, but for now, I think overall these behaviors are better. Nobody spawns with guns anymore. Man, what are the odds on that? Code X. Thanks for hopping in. Good luck with which part? Ooh. So blue, so it looks like red's winning. But he's in Berserker mode, so we're not gonna see the behavior. And that dude has 12 plasma now. Okay, so red is... Blue doesn't have a gun. Bomber, dude. See, this is the one we're gonna troubleshoot. What's happening is, when neither one of them has a gun, as melee champions, when they go to get into range, they run to where they last saw the dude, rather than running to the dude instead. And so, we need to update this so that they're smarter about that. But we'll do that next. It looks like they got stuck there. Alright, so red has a gun. 1, 2, one more shot on the blue. See, I don't like that red moved there. Why did red move there? And the reason I'm saying that is red had a clear shot. I don't mind this move because he's finishing the move and that guy hadn't spawned yet. But see, why is he moving right there? I don't want him to move there. I know why he's moving right now. It's because he has no help. And so he's kind of in runaway mode, and while he's running away, he's shooting. Now they're both in runaway. But they're still gonna fight as they're running away, so they don't just run away dumb. Oh, dude. Fireball out the back. Man, nobody's spying with guns. Come on, people. We need some enemies with guns. You know what? Let's just change this. Where's our enemy AI? Enemy. Enemy AI is here. Okay, so in here, this is where we spawn with guns, and it's just doing it as a random integer. So let's make sure everybody always spawns with guns so we don't get in that situation, and that will be better. All right, so they're shooting each other. See, why did he just move? Why did they both just move? Okay, let's... I want to watch this happen. I want to see what they're doing. I mean, it has to be that the move to must be getting updated. So why... I'm going to see if I can get this on the screen so we can see it and the behavior tree at the same time. And get rid of this composite decorator. Okay, so if we play... Enemy AI... Sure. See, why are they moving? They should not be moving. Let me move this over so I can try to... have easier debugging. Okay, so single, make this a little smaller, and we'll look down the bowling alley so we can see what's up. That is enemy 2. If we put a breakpoint on enemy 2, enemy 4 is the one we want to watch now. Okay, so enemy 4 probably gonna move. I don't mind that move. He shoots. He dies. Oh, enemy 7 smoked that guy. Alright. One more shot, enemy 7. Okay. So he's going through here. Go to last seen location. Did you see that? I saw it. Alright, let's pop this up here. So somehow we were getting setting running gate. Okay. Alright, this is starting to get complicated. I know at least one reason why. So we're coming into this go to last seen location after we lose our vision. But I don't want to do this if our target actor is not valid. So how do we do this? Can we just add a condition? Update clearhead site set focus last known enemy task. Is this last known enemy location or last known enemy? This is going to get the last enemy location and set the focal point. That's not that big a deal. I think this one though, can we add a condition here? Let's add a decorator from the blackboard. Actor exists. That's interesting. Maybe that's what we need. Actor exists. But let's see here. Target. Target spotted. Nope. Target actor is set. So this should not come in here if target actor is not set, theoretically. Okay. And what we need to make sure is that when our actors die, that it is getting cleared. That should do it. This should work, at least for that one. All right, turn, shoot. Did he miss? They both missed. All right, so that guy's run away now. Okay, pink. Oh man, wait, was he shooting while he was dead? Oh, I wish I was recording that. Alright, so red is full health. Turning around. Got a target. Oh, you better move, dude. Oh, smoked. So far, this is looking okay. Things aren't looking good for the red dude who just spawned. Oh, nice dodge. I'm not sure why he moved, but it worked out that it was a dodge. Everybody died. All our plasmas going back to 0. Oh, did you see that? The fireballs are hitting each other in midair. Not good either. Man, there's so much to do. Okay. Okay, so he's finding cover. That's fine. They're both actually finding cover. I don't mind that runaway. Okay, so blue should be full health. Enemy 14. Overall, I feel like this feels better. It's hard to know. I guess what we could do is peel this off and watch to see if we go into that loop. Probably going to be the easiest thing. Which character? Okay, this is currently 18. Come on, kill him. Okay, 19. But 19's already weak, so let's switch to 20. Okay, it didn't look like you went into the go to last known. Switch to 21. 21 is in berserker mode, so he's not gonna pause. He dies. 22. God, got just destroyed by 23. 23 is in runaway mode, so now we're at 24. Look, this looks like it's way better. So I think it doesn't seem like it's coming through here. And I think a bunch of these things we're just going to have to try to feel out what's going on. Okay, so a couple things that we can do from here. That seems like it's working better. Shall we fix... Let's go back. All right, let's do this. And when our enemy AI dies, we're spawning loot. When we spawn loot, we're spawning the plasma actor. And in the plasma actor, interesting, I was expecting to find a print string here. Find references. Delay. On loot, control add impulse. Interesting. That's gotta be it. It has to be in here. Target actor. Oh. Finish collection items, set actor location. Let's do a search for print string in here. Okay. We are printing the inventory item count. Oh, we're still playing. They're still playing. So we don't need these prints. We know this is working. This is cool. think we can trust that pretty well. Now, what I want to do, so we should no longer see those prints popping up anymore. They have to kill each other, of course. See, I'm still not sure why they're walking where they're walking. All right, we don't see the prints anymore. So that's good. Let's just double check our levels and also questions. Nope, we're good. What are you working on tonight, Codex? All right, so that's cool. Let's get rid of a bunch of these debug spheres too. So those are gonna be in, they're gonna be all over the place, unfortunately. Not our move to, not our last known. We're gonna have some in strategize, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's fine. Unreal Midas, welcome. How are we doing tonight? Or morning, depending on your time zone. All right, so we're in our strategize task, but that's not what we want. My guess is, where's our update attack position task? This is what's happening. And in here, we've got a bunch of draw debug spheres, which we're just gonna disconnect. Because we've transcended, we've moved past this. Everything's awesome now, but we're just gonna disconnect because it's a whole lot of. All right. Draw debug point, draw debug sphere. We don't need to do this one or this one or that one, and so we're gonna come straight in here. Gotta be super careful when we connect this up so we don't break anything. I'm slightly concerned that this isn't connected to something. Did I just delete something that was connected to? I did. Okay, that's fine. I can handle it. We don't need either of those. We're gonna delete that. Debug point is gone. Holy smokes. Spears of manyness, Batman. Okay. Should be able to skip all three of these. Clean that up. We don't need our team ID stuff. Here's another debug sphere. We went crazy with the debug spheres. What are you working on tonight, Unreal Midas? Yet another one. Okay. All right, let's see if we've got a lot of debug spheres left. Hopefully that cleaned up a bunch. Oh, there's still one. And we still have our line trace, which I don't mind the line because when I like to be able to watch, like if we spawn 5 reds and 5 blues. Let's level this up. Working on a game. I'm guessing based on Unreal that it's an Unreal game. Ooh, break points. All right, so everybody is tracking. They're all fighting, they're all finding positions and everything, but the cool thing is I can quickly see who's targeting who in here. And so it's actually kind of fun. I left this running overnight and they just basically fought each other all night. It was kind of wild. And now what's interesting is you can't see it because there's nowhere that displays how much plasma each of the enemies has. but they're all collecting plasma from each other too. So somebody's going to end up with a boatload of plasma at the end of this. Unreal Engine 5. Yep. We actually, I think it was just a few weeks ago that we upgraded to Unreal Engine 5. This whole project was in UE4 before. But I decided because at work we're using 5, it would be better just for me to take the hit, upgrade to 5, and roll. And it actually went way better than I thought it was going to go. Okay. So, anyways, this is why I'm going to keep the lines. We are going to chase down this last debug sphere because it's super annoying. All right. Debug. All right. And update current attack position. This one's not connected, so it can't be that one. This one's not connected, so it shouldn't be that one. Oh, it's our set focus. That's what it is. Now, even though our enemies are no longer shooting each other in the groins, because they were shooting each other in the half capsule height, they are still looking there, so we're gonna have to do some work there. Unreal is the future. I am in first person shooter. I don't have Instagram Unreal. This whole social media thing is new for me. So I just started streaming at the beginning of this year. I have 1 Twitter follower. And I'm so bad about sending out tweets and everything. I keep forgetting about it. So, but at least we've been consistent. Twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings, we've been doing this since we started. So, okay. Now that we have all that fixed, we have our red versus blues and everything working. Let's go back and fix the problem that I was talking about before, and I'm going to show you all what the problem was. Okay, so what was the problem? Oh yes. Let's do a save all real quick too, just in case we crash, because that never happens. In our enemy, in our class defaults, if we check out the granted abilities when they start, I'm giving everybody a fireball. So let's just give them melee instead. Melee attack. And then also in their AI, so many tabs, we're going to skip weapons. So these 2 enemies are only going to be melee. So what's going to happen now is you'll see the problem I'm talking about. Look at what's happening. Where are they running to? Right? They're running past each other. Eventually they'll get to each other, but they're now they go. Here we go. Now we're within melee range. Okay? And so now they're going to fight and they'll stay here. But it's kind of weird that they have to run all around each other while we're doing that. It should feel more like they're just running right at each other. I'm trying to think, almost like, a comic book thing. You expect them to run each other and they have that charge. So let's see if we can see why this is happening. To do that, I'm going to break off our ability tree and just see if I can divine what's happening without doing actual real debugging. So right now, we're looking at, the good thing is they're not killing each other, so that's gonna make this a little bit easier. So right now, red is seeing the set focus task is still on. It's kind of weird. So it's coming through here. And the thing that he's doing is he's updating the current attack position. So when the red gets the current attack position, oh, he killed the blue. Look at that. So he updates the current and then he moves to that. And then in a simple parallel, he's doing skills. He's not doing that. Wait, what? Oh, we're no longer doing this stuff. Okay, let's move this out of the way so we're not getting confused with this. This used to be our older, more complicated way. Oh, wait, we're playing. We can't do this. This used to be our older, more complicated way of doing this. So let's just move that down so it's clear. And then, nope, nope, nope. There we go. So Unreal Midas is making a first-person shooter. That's cool. Are we talking like tactical shooter, or are we talking Halo? What are we talking about? We talking Valorant, Call of Duty? And is this just for fun, or do you get to do this for work? Okay, so while Unreal Midas is thinking, I am going to. All right, so that's our move 2. I am going to draw a debug sphere again. I know we just got rid of all those debug spheres. And the reason I'm going to do that is this is update current attack position. I'm not going to mess with form up. I'm not going to mess with fun. I'm closing down a bunch of these things. We don't need a defend position. Set the focus we don't need. The plasma item we're done with. Oh, we're almost done with the plasma item. I'm going to be able to show you all another problem that's happening because of the melee attacks. Alright, so update the current attack position. So what's happening is it comes in here and checks to see if it's in the opposite team. That's great. And then it's getting active locations, it's finding the ring, and then it's setting it. But what's happening is, here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing. When we go through and we figure out the attack location, this is kind of based on the assumption that the target is not moving. But if the target moves, that attack location becomes bogus. So, la-di-da-di-da, we do all of this stuff. We're going to, in this case, we can put a sphere there, and that's going to show us in the case there. And here, we're going to break out a spot. Find new spot. This is find new spot. We're going through the loop. Oh, interesting. Alright, so we need 2 spheres. Alright, one is going to be clean. So let's just draw a debug here. We're going to make them 2 different sizes. I want to see which of these is doing this. We're just going to move these guys over without losing our connection. And the center radius is going to be the same as this. We make it white and we can make it 50. That's fine. We'll do a duration of 1 and our thickness. Cool. Now over here we need another one. If we break why would we break? Okay. And so there's 2 places that this can be happening. This is basically always application check, thankfully, because we did it. We get a nice hot pink. Have a great night, Unreal. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, we're gonna make our radius a little different just in case it's the same spot. And then down here, we're going to do the same thing. And up here, we're going to make this duplicate. And we'll make it 40. That way we can see what's what. Okay, cool. Oh, no. The problem is, hopefully it's clear. Okay, so I drew blue ones, doing pink ones, and now it's drawing white ones. Okay, that worked. We actually kind of saw what was happening there. They spawn. You'll see them both. Whoa. I don't know how it's getting that position. But they got into position eventually. That guy died. Okay, so now the new guy comes in. And you saw the pink spheres so far away. So far away. Look at this, they're just gonna run back and forth past each other until they get this. Okay, and then eventually maybe one of them is looking while the other one is running and we get closer. So it's the pink spheres we were seeing the most of. That's white. So this is the pink one. So what happens is we're setting our location of attack position and move to location. Now, I think one of the things that we need to do is we need to know if our target is moving. Because what's happening is we update the attack position. And then we move to it. The problem is we need, oh, look at that. I think what we need to do is we need to update. Okay, this is wild. Let's try this. I think we can do this as a parallel. Simple parallel. And we're basically going to be moving 2 the whole way through. Okay. And what we're doing while we're in parallel, nope, is we're going to do this guy. We're going to update our update our attack position. Or we should already know. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's fine. We can do this for now. For defense, we'll have to do a different one. So, interesting. Now, it's going to do this. We're observing the blackboard value. Okay, let's see if this works. That might be enough. Whoa, look at all those blue dots. They do much better about getting there, but oh, they jittery, so jittery. But they went straight to each other, but it was a little jittery. Are they killing each other? No, it doesn't look like they can reach each other. Oh, alright, let's go again. Ooh. So much going on. Okay, I think we need to simplify this a lot, but overall, the principle is working. What we're doing is in here. This is all kind of crazy. I think we want to. I don't want to do all of this while the character's moving. It's too hard to figure out. I think it's too hard to figure out. So we need to figure out if the character's moving, and if the character's moving, we're gonna do a simplified attack position. And also, that only applies if it's melee. But if we're ranged, we're fine. Okay. Let's do this. Let's duplicate this. And we're going to call this update current, update attack, update attack position, moving target. Okay. And then what we're going to do is simplify the Oblivion Daylights out of this. We're gonna get the owner controller, the AI. We're not even gonna worry about these team IDs. We shouldn't have to, but we should just be able to get the blackboard. I don't think we need any of this stuff. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. Okay. And we're not gonna worry about the ring claims either. I am not sure about spot found yet. Find a new spot. Find a new spot might be cool. Why might we do that? If our distances are good? No, we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna say this is all toast. We're not gonna find a new spot. We will eventually call finish execute. Interesting. We do want one of these. So let's move this up here. And then eventually what we're going to do is we're going to set our attack location. It's going to go here. This is all just checking last enemy locations and all those kind of things, but we're updating on the fly, so we're not going to worry about that. There might be a case where the spot that it finds is closer. I could see some jitter there, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Okay, so up here, I'm not going to worry about team IDs. I'm not going to worry about this or the ring count. And we are going to set the blackboard. I don't think we need to cast it to the enemy ID. Okay. Great. And then we might, we'll keep this. This is just setting our variables up front. And we're gonna set that as our location check. I'm not gonna worry about range or these indices, any of this stuff. All of this can go away. Getting closer. All right. Team ID, get active location. Ooh. If it's not, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So this basically finds a spot if it can, based on whether or not you can navigate there. I like that. I'm okay with that. Not worried about attack position. This is checking to see if it's within a radius of the character. We could probably just set this to 200. Let's say 100. No, let's say 100. Okay. If it gets one, I don't want to do this, by the way. I want to do this based on the target actor. If we completed, that means we didn't find one. And if we didn't find one, we're basically going to find a new one. And then put that. So complicated. Ring index. Oh, that's checking the second ring, which we're not worried about rings here. Okay. Not worried about all of this. That's going to be a different debug sphere. That's just a drawing thing. We're getting a random reachable point and navigable radius. Okay. Got it. We're getting closer. This is going to update our move to location and draw a sphere basically if it can't find. This isn't even connected, so we're not going to worry about that. If all of that fails, it just gets a point around the controlled pawn. Radius of 500 just goes there. So that could be random anywhere. Not so much a fan of that one. I'd rather he just stayed where he was. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do... Actually, let's understand. We're going to get the active location. And then we're going to set that as a location check. And then we'll set our move to location based on that. Draw that. That's all good. Cool. So, this is all our variable setup. Nothing crazy. And then we're coming down here. But what we want to do is we want to get the value as an object instead of that, and then we're going to get we're going to cast that to an actor, and then from there we're going to get the actor location. This is the value that we want to use instead, because I don't know if that last enemy location is being set up properly anymore. So let's find spot. If it's valid, we're going to keep going. And do that with that actor. I don't know why we need so many. I think we can just do maybe 3 attempts. And then if it finds one, that's the location. Oh, this is interesting. What's this branch for? I don't think we need this. I don't think we need that either. We'll come back to that in a second. Alright, so now, what time is it? We're starting to lack some energy. Oh my goodness, that's why, because we're almost out of time. No, we want to finish this first. Come on, let's go. We're going to find a path. If it's not a partial path, then we're going to set all of our values and go. Great. Okay, if we go through 3 of them and we complete, then what happens is we're just going to set our actor location to our current spot, so we're not going to move. Okay? And then in here, what we're going to do is we're going to find new spot. Find new spot. Okay. Cool. So we can compile and save this. And then what we'll do is in this tree, rather than updating our attack position, let's update attack position moving target. Now we'll have to do a test to see if the target, see if the target's moving, but for now let's just pretend that works. And then what we're going to do is hopefully they won't be as jittery. Whoa, breakpoints, huh? Interesting. So, hey OPOP, how are you doing tonight or morning, depending on your time zone? Is it OPOP or is it OPOP? Okay, so when you see something like this, you've just made a change that the lows, something that, looks awesome. Okay, I'm guessing you missed a K. So when you see something like this and your enemies stop moving just after you finished updating a task, chances are you forgot to finish the task properly. So let's see if we always have a finished task. So in here, we're coming through, we're always gonna find a new spot. When we come into finding new spots, we're gonna go through, look at all this. If this cast fails, we don't finish the task. That's not bueno. So where's, actually I don't even think we have a single finished task in here. Wow. Okay, that could be part of the problem. Let's do this. Let's update our current attack position. Let's take a look back here. We just need to finish the execute. And what we're going to do is we find a new spot. If we break, it's interesting. I think we can finish this task right here as successful. I don't even think we need a break. Should we leave the break in just in case? Okay. If we don't find a spot, that means that we're still in our same spot. And, oh, you know what? If that's, okay, so if this is what, because of that, we can keep this. Here's what we can do. No matter what, we're going to set a spot. So let's just finish the execute, and we'll just always set it to successful for right now. So now when we go to play, hopefully they do something, but they're not actually moving. Why not? What did we break? Oh, dude. Okay, here's what's happening. It's our update attack position moving target. If we put a breakpoint in here, we'll see what happens. All right, so we come in here, we go through, and then when we step into this find new spot, we're gonna cast it to the actor. What are we casting to the actor? Target actor. That succeeded. Then we're gonna come into this loop, and we're going to get a random reachable point around the actor location. All of a sudden my window drag stopped working. Ooh, did we crash? Okay. And we're going to set that as our location to check. And then we're going to find the task location synchronously. If it's not partial, we're going to set our location. We're gonna draw our pink sphere and we're gonna break. That's fine. Seems, whoa. Okay, dude. I'm leaving, but I think your coding skills will make you. Thanks, OPOP. Or OpOp, depending on what it is. Thanks for stopping in and checking it out. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday. Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings. We is mostly me, myself, and I though, but it's all good. Alright, so here's the trick. This is what's happening. We don't want to break. The problem with the break is because of the break, we are constantly setting our actor location to where we already are. So we're not actually moving. What we want is, we want to just, like I said, we want to finish the execute in this case. So let's do that. Let's take this. We could probably leave this one here. And then in here, when we break out, we don't want to actually break out. We just want to finish the task right away. So we're not even going to break out. And then in this one, we're going to come out, we're going to break. This would also cause a loop. We don't want this. This is super bad. Not cool at all. Okay. And in fact, because of that, we should check the other one. Update attack position. Where is that? Update current attack position. Do we have that same loop? Oh, look at this. This is really bad. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. We have this for loop with a break in here, and we're coming in. And when we first come in, we pop through, and we're going to loop through this 10 times. All this is doing is it's finding 10 possible locations for our actor to go to attack from. And if it finds a good one, it's supposed to break out. Well, so it comes through, it does all it needs to do, find it, and breaks out. When it breaks out, it's going to finish this and go to the completed section. When it goes to the completed section, depending on what it does in here, we can come back down, and then we can also break again, which sends us right back to where we came from. We don't want that. That's not good. So we fixed 2 things for free. Okay, so let's save that. We'll save this and save this. This one doesn't want to save though. All right, so that should fix that. We're no longer setting our location. We should theoretically no longer be setting our location if we found a good spot. So let's just see. There's our breakpoint. We're not going to mess with that. Go back to our room. Still not moving. I know we're out of time tonight, but we're not stopping till we figure out why these dudes aren't moving. Could be a long night, but this doesn't make any sense to me. All right, let's put that debug point back in. This is update current attack position moving target. Let's go. Get it? All right, so we're gonna loop through. We're gonna find a new spot. Let's go in here. We're going to cast the actor. We're gonna go through our loop, location to check. If it's not partial, we're going to set our attack position and our move to location. We're gonna draw a sphere and we're gonna finish. Okay. I am going to put a couple of breakpoints just to make sure we're not hitting. Resume. How in the heck? I don't understand how we're getting there. All right, well, there's another way to do this. It's weird to me that we have to do this, but it's super easy to do. Let's just add a variable. Be found spot. It's gonna default to false. All right, and let's just make sure it defaults to false. So we're gonna set it to false to start with. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're gonna come through here. We're gonna do all this stuff. We're not gonna finish execute anymore. Okay, but if this is true, we're gonna set our be found false to true. I mean, not be found false, be found spot. We found a spot. So then when we come through and we finish, We're only gonna do this if we haven't found a spot. So let's get the be found spot, drop in our branch, and then if we have not a nor, we need a not. If we have not found a spot, then we will set this. So we should not be coming here if we have not found a spot. So do this again. Did we just let it ride? Let's just let it. Yes, it's working. Yay. Okay. It's a lot of pink spheres. Why is that dude running? And why isn't the red dude moving? Interesting. All of those pink spheres is where he should be moving to. There we go, we got him. Okay. So blue comes in. Alright. We made some progress. They're no longer running past each other, which is cool. The thing that's interesting to me though is, alright, he's running away because he's in flight mode, which is fine. So what I want to see is why enemy 2. Oh, okay, there's a bunch of things we need to do here. Okay, I know what's happening for some of this. We only want to do this if all of these things are true as well. Right? We want to make sure that we are in attack mode and we are melee and that we are healthy, or we're berserk, or we have friends. That should be cool. That will help with some of it. The one piece that it doesn't help with though is, what if the enemy is not moving? So right now, we're messing up our attack positions because what's happening is we don't have any test to see if our enemy is moving. So let's take a look here. And they can't kill each other either. Hilarious. Their arms are too short. Okay. So we're gonna come in there. But see, he's not moving. But it's still updating. Interesting. This is happening in parallel. I think what's happening is we want it to stay down in here until this completes. But what's happening is it's coming in here and it's kicking out before the move 2 is finished. See, why did it only go to there? It's better, but it still doesn't feel natural yet. They're both running away from each other, which is going to be a problem because they're both in flight mode, so there's no way they're going to die. Alright, so let's try this again. Interesting. Simple player will finish with main task, local scope for observers. Interesting. The thing is though, I don't feel like this move 2 has completed. Reach test included, stop on overlap. Observe blackboard key move 2 location. Interesting. Okay, I want to draw. I'm gonna draw another sphere. Believe it or not. Surprise. Okay, so if we have a moving target, the sphere I want to draw is not pink. It's going to be green. And if we don't, I'm gonna make this yellow. I don't want to see any yellow spheres. Okay. I only want to see green ones. Okay, that's good. Well, there was one yellow one. Okay. So they're running away from each other. That's hilarious. Okay. Why did he? He's in Berserker. That's the one thing I don't understand. Why is he stopping partially? That's enemy one. It's better than it was, but it's still not great. Hold on a second. So we have in here, I just want to say something. If we change this back to just a simple move to, okay, do they get itchy? Do they stop? That guy's running away. Okay, try this again. So we're back to, oh wait, it's not supposed to be doing a simple parallel. Hold on, let's get rid of it. Okay, try this again. They're both in flight mode in that case. So we'll restart it. Pick a blue spot. They run to it. They run all the way to the spot. They don't stop along the way. So what I don't understand is, okay, so this is the interesting thing about ability trees, and this should be an easy test. Okay. I believe this won't change anything at all, because it has to finish this first when it does this. So this should look like the same as it did before. They're just going to run past each other again. Yep, they do. Because it does the move to all the way, then it does this. This is why we need the simple parallel. And so the simple parallel is finished with the main task. This knows a local scope for Dickers. Finish with main task. This is nodes running in background while the main task is active. And the main task is the move to. Okay, and the nodes that we have running in the background is the update attack position for a moving target. Oh, hello. I connected that wrong. This goes here. Okay. Try that again. Of course, they spawn in right next to each other. It's glitchy. I don't understand why it's glitchy. See, now we're stuck. Like, why is enemy 1 stuck? It shouldn't be stuck. Alright, I have a new plan. I'm never going to set this. We're not going to do that. We're just going to try it like this. I'm never going to set yellow. We should never see a yellow sphere. Boom. Look at that. So for some reason, when it was running its tests, they were failing, and so as a result of that, it was setting its current location as a location to go to, so it looked like he was getting stuck. Way better. Dude, look at that. So much better. Okay, that feels good. It's not perfect, but it's so much better than when they were running past each other. And that guy's running away because he doesn't want to die. That's cool. Didn't even last a second. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up, I think, for the night. One of the things that I want to note that we're going to go into next time is the problem that we originally came in here for, which was why melee attacks do not handle plasma distribution properly. Just for fun, before we wrap up, let's just see what 5 melee people running at each other do. Oh wow. Dude, I think that dude's head just bounced across the floor. Okay. This looks pretty good though. People aren't like running all over the place or anything like that. One thing that we could make a super easy change right now though is we could change the number of scans we do. That's 3. Maybe it's not 3 that's the problem. Maybe it's how frequently we're doing this. Can we put a cooldown on this without breaking this? Add a cooldown. And for the cooldown, let's make it 1 second. See what happens. Oh, we should go back to 1 enemy. Let's do that. It'll be easier for us to test. So we'll go back to 1 enemy. I know I said I was wrapping it up. I am. I swear. Okay. Here we go. Okay, 1 second's too short. I mean, it's better, but the cooldown is, I think, messing us up because it gives them a chance to run past each other. 1,000, yeah. So if we change our cooldown to, if we go to half a second, it could also be that the cooldown is just kicking us out of the loop entirely. Yeah, it is. It's gotta be. Yeah, cooldown's not working. We'll have to think about how that's gonna work. Because the minute we take the cooldown out, they should run right at each other. Boom, they do. Perfect. All right, y'all. I think this is a good break point. I think there's a couple things that we can definitely take a look at next time. But one of the things that we wanted, like I mentioned, one of the things that we want to take a look at is we want to take a look at why our plasma is not working for melee. Like I said, I think it's a pretty straightforward fix. I believe what's happening is our melee attacks are not setting the target actor in the hit component, is pretty much what I think is happening. And so once we do that, all that should just fall into place, which will be cool. For everybody who hopped in, Op or OP, Midas, Unreal, Codex, you know, everybody who hopped in and asked questions, thanks for stopping in. For everybody else, if you have questions, feel free to throw those in the comments down below. We'll try to get to those next time. And we will see you Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Cool. Like I said, we do this twice a week, Wednesday mornings and Sunday nights, so we can hopefully hit some different time zones. Have a great night, everybody.